Hey guys, how's it going? Second video, the garage. I'm Brian.
I'm Ed.
And thought we'd start with this. And I said, be calm and don't be stupid when you go out to the grocery store.
Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, man. Panic shopping, an opinion piece, and this was written by Amiri King.
Yes.
What has proven to be worse than the coronavirus itself, or COVID-19?
The COVID-19 virus.
The coronavirus panic that has ensued. This panic has done nothing more than expose people for their self-righteousness, their greed, and their parsimonious ways.
Yes.
There is no gray area between prudence and thoughtlessness. You are either one or the other, a team player with a sense of community or a selfish jerk. Plain and simple. Instead of going to the grocery store in a routine and conventional manner so that the shelves remain ample, the egocentric have bombarded our groceries and depleted the stupidest stuff imaginable. Instead of purchasing daily necessities with a bit of decorum and modesty so that others can protect and prepare with their families as well, you have only made matters worse. I'm not sure what type of sad, selfish person can walk out of a grocery store with 15 bulk packages of toilet paper and feel any dignity whatsoever. Yeah. If you purchase toilet paper as needed in a traditional sense, I assure you, you will not run out. Unfortunately, Captain Butt Napkins isn't understanding this approach. Oh, you also stocked up on hand sanitizer. You bought the last few jugs. Awesome job, Lieutenant Lysol. Keeping antibacterial products accessible to the people around you is a no-brainer. Your cart full of Germ-X does not do all for your family and your family if other people don't have it. If they don't have it.
Yeah.
You want other people to be using that stuff too. Ensuring that everybody has access to products like Germ-X will decrease your chances of contracting everybody else's germs.
Yeah.
Sounds logical, right? That's because it is. So, congratulations. You have really clean hands and a butt, I'm assuming. So, that was posted by Amiri King. Yes. And it just absolutely makes sense and brings into focus just how panicky and fearful people are and how much they let the mainstream media and the government control them.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's all this panic is.
Yeah.
Is
control.
Controlled.
Yeah. And it's control through fear.
Yeah.
Is what it is. And it's like I said in the last video at the end of it. 365 times in the Bible it says, fear not. That's one for every day of the year, folks. Mm-hmm. 365 days in a year. God knew what he was doing.
Yep.
Okay. That being said, the government has issued a nationwide shutdown. Panic. Nationwide panic, but shutdown. And it's even on the table that they want to shut down interstate travel, suspending your constitutional rights. Mm-hmm. It's tantamount to martial law. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. And what we need to be doing, instead of this absolute panic that our officials in government are committing and the mainstream media are committing, is we need to be showing common sense.
Yes. Absolute
common sense. Let me give a case in point. During the Hurricane Katrina in Louisiana, okay? The governor of Louisiana at the time, I think it was the governor, or was it the mayor? I can't remember which. It was a Democrat, though, I can tell you that for sure. He said they're suspending the Constitution. They were declaring martial law. And they brought the National Guard in, and the National Guard were ordered to go door to door in areas of the state in Louisiana that were not affected by the flood and had no damage, and they were yanking people out of their homes and taking their guns and their ammunition, violating their Fourth Amendment rights, violating their Second Amendment rights. Anybody? And that was what I call a practice run for true martial law, because at that time, posse comitatus, which is preventing the military from patrolling your streets and bivouacking in your house, was suspended and then gotten rid of. And a lot of people don't know that. Now, who was the president at that time when Hurricane Katrina hit?
Obama.
No. Bush.
Oh, yeah, Katrina. Sorry.
Yeah. The skull and bonesman himself.
Yeah.
George Herbert Walker Bush.
Yeah, the Bushman.
Yeah. Another one of the Bushes. So, they are not good people either.
No.
Okay? Yes, I am a conservative. Yes, Ed's a conservative. But we are constitutional conservatives.
Yes.
Okay? And if you have a government that is not for the people, by the people, and of the people, you have tyranny. Okay? I mean, it's as simple as that. Mm-hmm. I think I read it once. You have to bear with me, but I can look it up. But it's in our Constitution, and I should have had this pulled up. I apologize, people. Give me just a second. So the Declaration of Independence, written by our founding fathers, July 4th, 1776. Let me read this to you. This is the unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America, and it holds true today. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain and unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. And as it was back then, we're starting to discover it is today. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. This is what a lot of people in our government are doing today, folks. He has refused to assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. Now, I'm going to replace he with they. They have forbidden the governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance unless suspended in their operation till his assent, his approval, should be obtained, and when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. They have refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. They have called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with their measures. They have dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness the invasions on the rights of the people. What we're watching right now with the whole, national emergency is we're watching an absolute attack by despots who have infiltrated our government to maintain power. They have you in a panic. They have you going out and fighting over toilet paper and bleach and hand sanitizer. They have you so focused on other things that what is going on over here when you're not watching?
Yep.
That happened during Hurricane Katrina. Everybody was so focused on Katrina. Oh, Katrina, it's destructive. They didn't see when the government of the state sent in the National Guard to disarm American citizens and violate their 4th, 5th, and 2nd Amendment rights. Nobody saw that until somebody released video footage of it, and it was the news media that caught it. And somebody asked one of these soldiers, do you think you'll have to shoot an American citizen to disarm them? Well, we've been given orders to disarm. Those soldiers should have known that what the order was given was unconstitutional, and they could have refused that order. And they would have been in their rights to do so. But unfortunately, we have a generation of military now that have been raised in the public school system who have not been taught the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. They don't know the rights that we have as American citizens. So therefore, when they violate them, they don't know they're doing it. And we have a group of young people out here, millennials and so on, that when their rights are violated, they don't know their rights have been violated. Now,
Yeah, because they don't know the rights.
this video, I mean, it's going to be on YouTube. It's also going to be on our webpage. But on YouTube, it stands a chance of being demonetized because I mentioned two things: the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. And I just read it. If it does get demonetized, it will be on our website. Okay? I can promise you that. And we will also be posting it on our Facebook pages. But make no mistake about it. You know, for years, preppers have been saying that there are those in government who want absolute despotism and tyranny. And we are witnessing it. And I'm not saying this to make you all scared, okay? I'll say this. If you're not a born-again Christian, yeah, you should be scared.
Yeah.
Okay? Because we're seeing the preamble to a one world order. Okay? Yep. And yesterday, I had a conversation with my neighbor. I'm not going to say which neighbor or what direction they live. That way I don't point them out. But this particular neighbor is Catholic. And I had a conversation about the current Pope.
Yeah.
Now, the Pope says that our border wall is wrong. Doesn't the Vatican have a wall all the way around it?
That he's behind right now because he's quarantined.
Yeah, that he's behind because he's quarantined. Anybody? This same Pope is also calling for a one-world religion. There are pictures and video footage of him, news footage, newsreel footage and stuff. The Vatican even posted it, of him kneeling in a mosque to a demon god, Allah, and kissing the Quran.
Yeah.
Calling for a one-world religion. The Bible talks about a false prophet, and I do believe the false prophet is going to be a pope. Could be this one. He's young enough. So, you know, things are being put into place right now for a one-world government and a one-world religion. Things are coming.
Yeah.
You cannot stop Bible prophecy. When God says this is what's going to happen, that's it.
Yep.
Okay? Now, he might give time. He might give a respite, a breather. But trust me when I tell you, God's timing is perfect. Okay?
Got to get to the end of the book sometime.
That's right. And guess what? At the end of the book, we win.
Yep.
Okay? So all the planning of these small-minded men in Washington, D.C. and the elitists is going to come to nothing, because in the Bible it also says that they will hide in the mountains and beg the mountains to fall upon them, but they will not. Because the judgment of God is upon their heads.
Yep.
That's coming.
Yeah, that's guaranteed you're going to get.
Oh, it's guaranteed. But here's the thing. Until that day comes, until the rapture happens, which I believe it's not going to be for a little while yet. Okay? We're going to go through some things like we're witnessing right now. We're going to see some things. The teachings of escapism in the modern church is doctrinally incorrect. And if you read the scriptures properly, my suggestion to you would be to find some good Bible teachers. Some that I would suggest. One passed away. God rest his soul. God bless him. Dr. Jack Van Impe, The Walking Bible. He was excellent. But Brother Perry Stone, he is an excellent preacher, a true man of God. And he's one that I follow. That's one. You know, I would suggest him. As far as the prophetic ministry, John Kilpatrick is another one. And of course, we'll put links in description, but if you want to know what's going on currently and as compared to the Word of God, other good teachers, would be researcher L.A. Marzulli, and we'll have a link in description. Skywatch TV, they have a YouTube channel. And you can go to skywatchtv.com and you can order materials too. They have tons of research materials. They have Bibles, all of that. I would go there. With regards to prepping, use common sense. Okay? You don't need to buy 15 giant packs of toilet paper. Okay? You don't need to buy every single bottle of hand sanitizer in the store. Leave some for other people.
Yeah.
Okay, because there are other families.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not just about you, man.
Yeah, if you want the germs to stop spreading, you let everyone have the cure.
Exactly. Thank
or
you.
the medicine.
That's like saying only you deserve the vaccine to the virus.
Yep.
Okay. If you don't want to catch this and you don't want it to continue propagating in the population, everybody needs to have access to the same materials as you.
Yeah. Buy hand sanitizer.
So,
but one bottle.
Yeah. If you happen to be in the store right now and you're watching your phone or your kid's watching their tablet and you happen to be playing this video and you've got 15 big packs of toilet paper, put 13 of them back.
Yeah.
Leave some for other people.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And spread this and tell people. Care about your fellow American. Care about your neighbor. Yep. You know?
I was going to say, so that little old lady that needs toilet paper is going to come to the store half hour after you just bought them all. And be like, where's the toilet paper? Yeah. And then what she
that little lady that's your neighbor or your grandmother or your aunt.
Imagine if that's your grandma. Your grandma doesn't have toilet paper because you bought it all.
Yeah. It's like I told a neighbor yesterday, because way back when Obama was in office, a lot of us prepped when he was in office because he was doing some stuff that was just really not good.
Yep.
And a lot of us were really concerned. So out of concern, not fear, we planned and we prepped.
And now we're eating rice still.
Yeah. This is the thing. Even if you don't use it right now, it's not going to go to waste.
Yeah.
Okay?
You still eat it.
Yeah. Like they say, better to be 10 years too early than 10 minutes too late. But when it comes to certain things, it's like my neighbor, I told him, I said, if you guys need any medical supplies, I've got extra. I'll be glad to share it with you if you need it, if we get to that point. So
the keyword is share, not give it to you because you didn't prep.
Yeah.
Share.
All right. I'm not saying I'm going to just give it all away.
Barter system.
Okay.
What do you have?
Yeah.
That I need.
I actually had a guy one time tell me when, a lot of people were and we still plan and prep and have plans in place, But I had a guy tell me one time, I said, so do you prep? He said, oh, no. He said, I've got guns. My plan is to come to your house or somebody else's and take what you've got. There are people out there like that. Okay?
Bring it.
That's a bad move. That's a bad mistake.
That's why I have guns too.
Yeah. So
not to take your stuff, but to keep mine.
For years, people made fun of preppers when we used the term zombie.
Yeah.
Okay, let me classify and clarify the term zombie. A zombie is not brains.
That's Hollywood.
That's Hollywood.
Yep.
To a prepper, a zombie is those who did not prepare and were not ready and got caught flat-footed, and they show up at your house trying to kick your door in and take your food.
I'm going to die. Give me your stuff.
Yeah, so you can die and not me.
Yep. Nope, you're going to die. Sorry.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. I told this particular neighbor, I said that, you can go on YouTube, and you can too. The maker of this film, he was trying to make this film, and I believe to this day he was suicided by those in government.
He was Epsteined.
He was Epsteined, yeah. But he was making a movie called Gray State. And it's about government tyranny and takeover, martial law. The clip of that movie is still on YouTube. And those people who were his friends, and he was a former military man. Next thing you know, he turns up dead, his wife and his small child. And they claim that he killed his wife and child and then committed suicide. And then they of course, slapped PTSD on it. Yeah.
Yep.
He was suicided. He was Epstein. But because they didn't want it getting out. Okay? They did. If he would have got this movie out, even on DVD release, people would have seen it. Okay, because and there's another movie, Amerigeddon, and it was made by the guy who owned these women's fitness centers at one time. He paid for it with his own money. I mean, it's not the best production, but it's a good example of those who are in power taking total power by use of EMP in the movie. They used an EMP blast, the electromagnetic pulse, and it shut everything down.
It's very easy to happen by that.
Unless you know how to prevent it. Unless you know how to prevent an EMP from affecting your electronics.
Yeah.
It's called a Faraday cage, folks. Look it up online. You can build a Faraday cage at your own property.
Yes.
You can protect your electronics with Faraday bags made out of aluminum foil. Because what it does is it redirects that EMP, the electromagnetic pulse, around the electronics, and it won't affect them.
Yeah.
So you can have a running vehicle, you can have a working phone, you can have, so on, So, but there's ways to defeat that.
Yeah.
But planning, preparation, Have a plan in place. Sit down with your kids.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep, it's the same thing, yeah. Like we used to do in school all the time. Run tornado drills, run.
Your microphone.
Yeah, that's my microphone's over here.
Okay.
Anyway, run tornado drills and
Yeah.
fire drills, and it's just a drill. It's just so the kids know what to do.
Yeah, they had a show on
If
TV.
you have the knowledge, your knowledge stays in your head, so it's not like you're taking up space.
Yeah.
And when something happens, you don't panic because you got the knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, they had a show on TV one time, and it really was just making fun of people. But it was called Preppers.
Uh-huh.
And they would go to different people's houses and show different ways they prepped. And they always picked the people that were like the extreme prepper.
Yeah. Yeah, there's extremes on everything.
But let me explain something to you. There was a popular show, and I'm sure several of you have watched it, The Walking Dead. At the beginning of the show, there was a man and his daughter that met up with Rick Grimes' group. I think was that name, Rick Grimes?
No clue.
Okay. Met up with this guy's group, and they said, well, how did you survive? He said, well, our neighbor had an underground shelter. He was a prepper. Turns out he was right. Imagine that. Mm-hmm. And they stayed in that shelter for several weeks until it was clear enough for them to get the heck out of Dodge. Wow. John Kilpatrick said it best. If he can't get the men in the pulpit to warn the people, he's going to go to other men. That's the way God works.
Yep.
As of right now, this coming Friday? I
don't know what you're talking about.
That movie.
What movie?
The Hunt.
Oh, no, that's been postponed.
Oh, it's been postponed again.
Yeah. And your favorite movie's been postponed, so I didn't even tell you that.
My favorite movie's been postponed. Fast and Furious has been postponed.
Fast and Furious is not coming out till next year. Anyway, rabbit trail. Back on. Panic. Oh my gosh.
Why is
coronavirus? We gotta cancel movies.
You've got to be kidding me. That's why they canceled it?
I'm not kidding you. Yes.
Anyway.
Don't want people gathering in one place.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You can't even go and enjoy a bit of entertainment because everybody, because they listen to the mainstream media and the government.
Yep.
It's time to quit being stupid, panicky little sheeple.
Yeah. That's what I said yesterday. My best friend's cousin's sister's dogs coughed, and now I got to go buy toilet paper.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like, what? No, what?
It just dumbfounds me. It absolutely dumbfounds me of the ignorance and the stupidity. Because here's the thing, folks. All the information's on the internet.
Yes.
All the information. Instead of listening to the morons with the mainstream media, and I don't care what channel you watch, go do this research yourself. Take some time. Sit down and learn something. Okay? Either that or stumble around in the dark, smack your face into a bunch of walls until you eventually find the door. That's your choice.
Yeah.
And so, a man once said that walked this earth, behold, I stand at the door and knock. Open the door to your heart. If you got Christ in your life, you're not going to be running around scared and in fear. Fear not, 365 times in the Bible. I'll say it again. Live your life without fear. Okay? The only thing you should fear is God, because the Bible says fear of God is the beginning of wisdom.
Yep.
There's nothing else for you to fear.
Yep. That post I put up about less than 1% of everyone will contract the coronavirus, but 100% of everyone will stand before the judgment throne.
Yes, 100%. So, okay, I'm on a rabbit trail. I got to say it. They canceled the movie because of this crap?
Yes. On that note, God bless people.
God bless you.